I'm so cool I wear sunglasses in the dark. No, the Asclepius, um, the pole with the serpent around it, which is a symbol of healing, and the caduceus. Might it be that the Greeks got this from the story of Moses? We know that the Philistines, um, the Peleset, as they're known in the Bible, and the Peleset, who are the sea peoples, one and the same people. They're the exact same people. We're a Greek seafaring people that came from Magna Graecia, as did the Jeker, which settled in Dor. Um, so we know there was extremely early contact between the land-faring people of the mountains, or I guess we'd call them high hills of Israel, who were shepherds and farmers, and olive orchards and vineyard, whatever the hell you call somebody who keeps an orchard, and growing vines and cattle and stuff like that, and trade. Um, and the more seafaring people of the Greeks knew about each other. So they even fought each other because the Philistines were a Greek people, so whether they came from, even if they came from Italy or Spain, because there were settlements there. But the Greeks knew about ancient Israel, just like they knew about Egypt and they knew about the Hittites. Anyways, there were multiple Greeces. I mean, you have the Minoans, you have later on you had the Athenians and the Spartans. You had these different groups, and then much later on you'd get Philip of Macedon, which Macedonia is not where the current political state of Macedonia is, and it's not occupied by the same people that Alexander the Great came from, or Philip of Macedon came from, his father. Could it be that instead of saying, oh, it's a pagan image, the caduceus and the Asclepius, this Asclepius is one snake, the caduceus is the two snakes. They're both symbols, international symbols of medicine or hospitals. Could it be that that came from Moses and the story of the children of Israel getting bitten by fiery serpents and him erecting a pole with a bronze serpent on it, the Nahushtan, or Nahushtan. I always say Nahushtun, but Nahushtan or Nahushton. Could it have come from that? Just like I believe that the story of Hercules is an embellishment from Samson, the story of Samson. That it wasn't something that came in, and that, oh, it was a Judification of, they weren't even called Jews yet. It's an anachronistic term, but it was a Semitification of the Greek Hercules. Well, that doesn't make sense to me, because you water it down so much, and it doesn't. No, it definitely works the other way, that the story of Samson grew into Hercules. It could be just two separate cultures, and it's, they have their myth of the strong man, and there was this story of this guy who kept getting tricked by a woman. It's not like I know anybody who's ever been tricked by a manipulative woman more than once. But people are so quick to call things pagan. Consider the pentagram, the 5-point star. Oh, that's Wicca. That's big. No, that symbol was plastered all over churches because it represented, at least in the Roman Catholic West, or I should say the Latin West, before this split of 1054, it represented the 5 wounds of Christ. Just like the inverted cross, the upside down cross, is not, I mean, people mean it as disrespect to Christianity, but that's St. Peter's cross. It was used very early on. I saw some stupid conspiracy video. See, the Pope is against Christianity because he's sitting on a stone chair, and carved into the back of it is an upside down cross. That's how Peter died. He's crucified upside down. So there's a lot of people try to claim things. Oh, it's and again, the video of truth be told, are those even snakes? And why don't you what diocese did that guy serve in, or was it just, is that from a movie, or is that a real, bishop or archimandrite or whatever? Ask your local Orthodox, he claims he's Orthodox. Why didn't the first person he go to was his parish priest? And if the parish priest didn't have a question, he's on the internet. He can email any bishop in the United States, whether they're OCA or Antiochian or Russian Orthodox or Serbian Orthodox, Ukrainian Orthodox, he could, Lithuanian or Latvian Orthodox. He can literally ask any single bishop in the world, not just the United States, not just even the Anglophone world. United States, Canada, England, South Africa, many parts of Africa. Uganda has a booming Orthodox population. Australia, New Zealand. But yeah, I mean, if he could speak another language or they know English, you can ask anyone, any bishop. But better put it on YouTube and claim that they're snakes, and without doing any research, claim that it's, the Caduceus or the Asclepius, and that it's not the Nahashtun, or just, I mean, I think that the Asclepius came from the Nahashtun. Here's something. Here, let me just read a little bit from Wikipedia for you, right? Theories. Some commentators have interpreted the symbol as direct representation of the traditional treatment as see also the article on the Nahashtan, which discusses the incident in the biblical book of Numbers where the Nahashtan, or Noashtan, I don't speak Hebrew, was a bronze serpent on a pole which God told Moses to erect to protect the Israelites who saw it from dying from the bites of the fiery serpent. I think sought. They looked at it, they gazed upon it to keep from dying from the bites of the fiery serpents which God had sent to punish them for speaking out against God and Moses. And then it goes into, King Hezekiah instituted religious iconoclastic reform and destroyed the brazen serpent that Moses had made. For in those days, children of Israel did burn incense to it, and it was called Nahashtan. Many Bible students have made the connection between the Rod of Asclepius and the Nahashtan, where a stick and a serpent were put together on biblical incident of mass healing. Possibly this is the reason the ancients started to use the snake in this way. but it's a pagan symbol. You know, I wonder if the pagans start using the Cairo or the cross or the ichthus. Should we declare those pagan symbols? This is Protestantism and Puritanism all the way through. I don't know if it was Justice for Orthodoxy. I don't think it was him. I think it was somebody else that said, isn't he just a Protestant now? I mean, effectively, right? And I disagree with Justice for Orthodoxy. I don't think he went through any of the Orthodox channels. Why doesn't he just ask his parish priest? Why does he declare everybody else a non-Christian, right? Yet he uses books such as Pagan Christianity and the Encyclopedia Britannica to get his sources of knowledge about the Eastern Orthodox Church and our beliefs. The 12 questions video is just, I mean, that is, I can hear the crack of the bat and see the sailing of the ball and the home run that is for anyone who's just like, well, why? Because look at all the slander videos that he has against me, that he claims I slander him, even though he claims that I'm getting messages from the demon realm and all this wacky stuff. It's just unending slander against me, and ridiculous. But yeah, here's another thing: the Asclepius and the Caduceus. It's probably from the Bible. Ugh. You know, I didn't want to get into this, but with truth be told, but Lord Almighty. And then he was going to cite his sources and say, oh, he says, well, I'm using Occam's razor, which is more obvious. Well, you know, these Bible-loving people, probably from that. But no, he has all these sources to show that the Orthodox are actually evil, wicked pagans, but he's actually Orthodox and I'm not, somehow. Even though I'm confessing, communing, Orthodox Christian, who's been defending Orthodoxy on YouTube since its beginning. But no, I'm a pagan that is in communication with demons, and he's the true defender of the faith and the church. Even though every video of his seems to be attacking some bishop or holy man. Now, I have issues with Bartholomew, don't get me wrong. But you see a picture of somebody, no contact, and you say, oh, those look like snakes to me, so they must be. Therefore,